A place where people often get stuck when they're starting a business or doing what they love is they start focusing on tiny details. So if you're starting an online business, let's say you're setting up a website, then you get stuck on picking the perfect domain name and getting the perfect design or something else like that. You start focusing on this tiny detail that you think that if you get this right, then everything else will line up. Or you think that if you get your domain name wrong, then everything, all hope is lost. And it's not like that. It really doesn't matter as long as your domain name isn't horrendous, as long as your design isn't stopping people from seeing your website, then it doesn't matter. And I've discovered this the hard way, because in the beginning I wanted to get everything perfect, and eventually, or luckily, I discovered that that was holding me back. And as I took action, with everything I did being flawed and imperfect, I realized that it wasn't really about perfection. It was about getting what I had inside out there. So when you're starting something new, a business, a hobby, even a family, it doesn't have to be perfect, because it never will be perfect. That's how life seems to operate. It's always challenging us with its perceived imperfection. And I say perceived because the imperfection is all in our head. It's not out there, because life is meaningless. It's a blank slate, a blank canvas, and you decide the kind of meaning that it has. So you decide that if you don't get the perfect domain, then everything will go to a bad place. And then you start worrying, you start getting scared, and then you freeze, you become paralyzed, and nothing happens. And you've made all that up. And yet it never mattered in the first place. And chances are, if you're starting a business for the first time, starting a website or writing a book, that it's going to be a learning experience. You won't get it perfect. So the key then is to take action and actually do the thing you want to do, so you can get experience, make mistakes, and do things better the next time. So remember that if you're trying to get something perfect, find the perfect domain name or whatever it is, forget about it, because it's not going to work. Trying to be perfect is in and of itself imperfect, because it's not going to move you forward. It's not going to help you share what you have inside with the world. And the funny thing is that being imperfect is perfect, because that's what moves you forward, that's what helps you relax about life, and that's what helps you make an impact in the world. So relax and have fun and be as imperfect as you want to be. Take small steps, because if you're a perfectionist, then you'll feel very uncomfortable with just starting. So start with something small. Challenge your assumptions about what it takes to do what you love, or start a business, or write a book, because the thoughts in your head that say that you need to get the perfect domain name or the perfect book are simply thoughts. They aren't reality. They are assumptions about life. So challenge them, experiment, see what happens when you take life less seriously, and I think you will be amazed at what can be achieved and how much you can enjoy life, and how much fun you can have making mistakes and falling flat on your face. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you soon.